imagine a world with no radioisotopes. Radioisotopes are unstable atoms that decay over time. We have no control over how each element decays, which causes the problem of nuclear waste management. But let's start at the beginning.
I work at Indian Point, and today I'm going to tell you how nuclear power plants work. Uranium fuel rods are made of unstable uranium, which means that they decay. As the nucleus of the uranium splits apart, energy is released. This energy is used to heat water, and the steam from the water turns a turbine, or a fan. The turbine turns a generator, which makes electricity to power your home. Now my colleague Ariana will describe the process going on within the uranium rods. Go.
Hi, my name is Dr. Wilson, and I'm here to explain what fission is and how it works. Fission is the breaking up of an atom with larger nuclei to form more atoms with smaller nuclei. When larger nuclei break into the smaller nuclei, energy is emitted. Here at Indian Point, we are creating nuclear energy using fission. Although a lot of people don't agree with nuclear power, we are trying to make it better. Over in France, we have a lab that is trying to create fusion. Okay, so imagine my hands are nuclei. This is energy. My hands start off as one large nuclei. When they separate, they turn into two smaller nuclei, and my hairband is emitted. Waste created in the process of making nuclear power can be dangerous. Look outside. There's people protesting right now.
Let's go see what they have to say about nuclear waste.
And nuclear power. And nuclear power.
So what do you have to say about nuclear waste?
Do you have any idea what the radiation from nuclear waste has done? Do you?
Elaborate.
Look at the devastation that has occurred in the history of nuclear energy. Years after the nuclear bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, people were developing cancers such as leukemia. In Mayak, Russia, the area around the giant Mayak nuclear complex is one of the most radioactive places on the planet. Not only that, but between 1948 and 1956, nuclear waste from the complex was dumped into the Teka River. At least 124,000 people were exposed to the radiation. Now, you may think that 1948 was a long time ago, but let's look at little Kostia. She was a girl born to a mother who had swum in the Teka River when she was a little girl. Kostia was born with Down syndrome and had to have an operation separating her fingers at birth. Her case is not the only case. Nuclear waste would be less of a problem if we could reduce its half-life. Therefore, it would disappear faster and it would have less of an effect on humans. Hi, my name is Dr. Guggenheimer, here on the site of the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor in France. This is the first fusion reactor ever built. It is not finished yet, but when it is, it will use fusion to create power. Fusion is better than fission, which is used in nuclear power plants, because there is no radioactive waste and it is safer, cleaner, and more efficient. Fusion is the combining of two nuclei into one, which is the opposite of fission. The two isotopes of hydrogen, which are deuterium and tritium, are fused together. This means that they have to be 1 × 10⁻15 meters apart to fuse. In order for this to happen, there have to be very specific conditions. It must be 100 million degrees Kelvin, which is hotter than the center of the sun. There also has to be extreme pressure in order to get the two nuclei to fuse. We use either intense magnetic fields, powerful lasers, or beams of ions. To show an example of fusion, I'm going to use these two layers. Pretend this is deuterium and this is tritium. Now, using very high temperatures and very high pressure, I have to fuse them together to 1 × 10⁻15 meters apart. That's fusion.
Many advantages and disadvantages of nuclear power. It does not release any carbon into the air, reducing environmental effects, except for the fact of nuclear waste management. So, although there are disadvantages to nuclear power, such as waste, we are hoping in the future it will become more productive and more efficient, and it provides a lot of powers for homes.